Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random run. We are on a current win streak of 1, having done one of these so far with the Entrepreneur, where we rolled Taser and put together a pretty fun elemental damage build that also used a bunch of critical hit synergies in the late game. So that was a pretty cool look at this. I really enjoyed doing that, so I just wanted to jump right back in and do another one of these because they're really fun. I know that many of you are very eagerly awaiting modded characters and endless runs and challenge runs, and don't worry, those are definitely coming, but I was really enjoying the random run, and it looks like there's been a lot of interest in seeing more of those as well, so it was the most popular request that I got, so I'm just going to jump into another one. Just to quickly reiterate the ground rules, I will be hitting random for my character and then random for my weapon, and the rule is I have to use that weapon in some way. We don't have to build exactly 6 of that weapon and stick with it for the whole game, but we're going to have to make it a major component of the build. I will also reserve the right to reroll if it looks like it's going to be a really boring character that doesn't benefit from the random weapon rule. An example of this would be something like Bull, which doesn't have weapons at all, but hopefully we won't run into that. Alright, let's see if we can bring our win streak up to 2. Random, we got the Speedy. Speedy's a fun one because I think there's a couple weapons here that are going to be really hard, so we'll see what we get. And we've gotten, I think, the hardest one, the wrench. This is going to be a really fascinating build. So the reason this is going to be so hard is that it will be very difficult for us to not accidentally run into enemies because of our speed going up. We don't really use the melee damage because we're an engineering build, so we're going to hope that our turrets clear things before we hurl ourselves into them. This is going to require some pretty careful positioning by me, I think. I'm looking forward to this one. Let's see how it goes. We're already very fast. I should play away from my turret to make sure I'm maximizing my income in the first wave. And yeah, the other thing is that wrenches have such a slow attack speed and such an awkward weapon pattern. You often want to stand still. You often want to stand still in your turrets to draw enemies into them. So this is going to be... there's like quite a lot of negative synergy here. I'm going to recycle this mutation. We don't use ranged damage at all, and losing speed, of course, on the Speedy is bad. And we'll definitely grab some harvesting because harvesting is so good to get early. Going to be looking for more wrenches. I think I will lock the lumberjack shirt. It's so good for engineering builds because the turrets killing trees on their own is really powerful. Less important for the Speedy since it's easier for you to move from tree to tree, but we don't want to be standing still whacking trees also with our like fairly low damage attacks. So lumberjack shirt is going to be really good here. Definitely going to grab this wrench. I'm wondering if I want to pick up baby elephant and stuff like that, but I think what we are going to do is avoid doing anything that's not just more engineering stuff, so we can really lean into the engineering builds. I am going to lock this dynamite, although we won't take the screwdriver, but I really like having dynamite on engineering builds because it's so good for the level 4 turrets and any landmines that we find. That being said, maybe I still don't want it just because I think there's maybe better stuff we can roll early game. Yeah, I've talked myself out of it, actually. We're just going to reroll and hope that I find something a little more important, and I'm just going to grab this wrench. Because I did pretty bad at picking up materials early game, normally we should be able to reroll again, but not quite, so let's get moving. I'm also noticing we've got 3 elites. That's going to be the hardest possible setup for us, because engineering builds typically suffer against elites. I'm going to need to buy some attack speed, I think, because our wrenches, with their super low attack speed, it's actually really hard to kill stuff. Especially without standing still. I would love to take 2 engineering. That's really nice, but I think I'm going to grab harvesting and just try to get that going. I think we're going to suffer economically a little bit in the early game, so I'm going to focus really heavily on trying to get that going. Again, notice that we don't have quite enough money to buy another wrench, so that's unfortunate for us, but I will buy the lumberjack shirt here. We've already got a wrench locked, so I'm going to save my reroll. Go to wave 3. I probably won't focus too heavily on buying speed, even though we're the Speedy. Since one of the ways that we can easily lose this run is if I give myself too much negative speed, or too much speed, and it just becomes really hard for me to dodge. Since our weapons will not be clearing a path for us, we're going to end up with our weapons not being a significant component of our damage. They won't be clearing a path for us, so we will actually need to be very careful not to have too much speed and run into enemies. So I'm actually going to reroll. Normally on the Speedy, of course, you would just take that speed. Here, another level 1 upgrade. Do I want to spend 5? We want to reroll pretty heavily here to look for more wrenches, I think. So I am just going to take this maximum HP and try to save my money. Very happy to grab harvesting here. We'll definitely want armor as well, but the harvesting is going to be really useful. Going to grab this wrench, of course, and here's some interesting items. So Snake, I think, is actually really strong for engineering builds because it vastly improves your level 2 turrets. And also, there are some ways that engineering builds can become elemental damage builds as well, since the turrets will, of course, apply the fire. Normally on the Speedy, we'd be very happy to see these, but I think while I will take speed as it shows up, I'm going to emphasize the engineering portion of this build. So I'm going to reroll, leave these two, and just look for more important items. I'm going to lock the weird food, that will be great, and I'm also going to reroll one more time because I really would like to lock a wrench. Didn't find it, but very happy to see coupon and duct tape because we need to increase our negative armor. Negative armor is so bad, and of course coupon's really efficient, so hopefully we do start seeing more wrenches soon. There we go. Got a big pile of enemies that I took out with one wrench swing there. It is kind of nice playing wrench with these, like, this really high base damage from Speedy. You need to start getting some regeneration. Ideally, medical turret, although with this much move speed, it is sometimes hard to stay next to the medical turrets. It's very nice that we're already at 21 harvesting, though. That's very good. And then here I'm just going to take 10 luck, I think. I could also reroll and just look for engineering. Maybe that's better. But I really would like to roll heavily in this shop, and we already have a bunch of items locked to try to find more wrenches. So I'm just going to take luck here. I think that will be the thing we want most overall. And I am actually just going to take 10% attack speed here, because we already have 15 melee damage, and we'll probably get some more just from speed. So our wrenches will be a real component of our damage output on this character, but the attack speed is going to also work very well if we find improved tools later on, which of course is the best item for engineering builds. Grab the coupon and grab both of these, then we're going to roll. We're really looking for wrenches. Very happy to finally get another wrench. So we've maxed out our engineering build, have our plus 5 engineering from that, which is great. And then I'm going to roll again, get to lock another wrench, which is awesome. I would love to find landmines or turrets just as items here as well, but I think we've already rerolled twice, so I'm going to save my 10. Especially because I have a wrench locked, so the guaranteed weapon that you get in the Wave 4 shop is less useful once, of course, we have the only weapon that we're going to buy this run locked. It's very hard to break the habit of, with engineering builds, yeah, you can see how much damage I take whenever I run into enemies, break the habit of trying to just stand still in my turrets. So I guess what I need to do is probably move in little spirals around the groups of my turrets. This is going to be one of those carpal tunnel runs. I'm going to just recycle this. We don't need the crit chance for anything. And then here I'm just going to take 2 engineering. I could like reroll for see if we could get a level 2 upgrade, but I think just getting more engineering going is the most important thing. Upgrade our wrench, upgrade our duct tape. I'm still not going to buy screwdriver because we just want to get maxed turrets as soon as we can. And then here I'm going to upgrade a wrench again. Very happy to see that. Going to grab the cute monkey as well. This is really nice because it gives us a lot of additional material, or a lot of easy ways to heal. by picking up materials and doesn't cost us any stats that we care about. We could have had a lot of baby elephants, but I'd really like to avoid buying percentage damage if I can, so I'm just going to keep rolling, try and lock in more wrenches. Definitely get this duct tape as well. We do need some more max HP quite badly, but the duct tape has helped repair our armor back up to full, and of course it's also engineering, so I'm pretty happy to see that. Typically you're going to want to have only one, maybe maximum two, level 2 turrets. Especially because like these have spawned together, so the level 2 turrets are not contributing more than one level 2 turret would. So you'd rather have like a single level 2 turret and a bunch of turrets of other levels, rather than multiple level 2 turrets. It's one of the exceptions to the rule that you typically want to have all level 2 weapons. The fact that we got an early snake helps a lot here. When it's free, I'm definitely going to take the Terrified Onion still. Just it's worth a couple points of melee damage, which helps our wrenches still kill stuff, which is very nice. And of course, more speed is still good. I just need to be careful not to go so fast that my reflexes can't keep up with how fast we're going. So because of what I talked about there, I'm going to combine these and go to a level 3 turret and another level 1 turret. I could maybe have gone for 3 level 2 turrets, because I would rather have 2 level 2 turrets than this setup, but we're going to need to get to level 3 eventually anyways, so I think this is the optimal way to do this. And I'm very happy to grab these landmines, of course, in an engineering build. That helps a lot. And here's our level 2 turrets showing up, so that's pretty good as well. Unfortunately, we aren't building any critical hit, so the hunting trophy, normally a very good item, we're not killing stuff with our weapon attacks, so it's not going to work for us in particular here. Let me combine this. Oh no, I need to not combine this yet. I'm just going to lock in this level 2 wrench, buy the Lost Duck, because more luck is good, and we'll just go to wave 7. Then I'll figure out my weapon setup next wave, depending on what we roll. Trying to pull the enemies in towards the level 2 turret. So the way that level 2 turrets work is that they are the highest DPS turret, but their damage doesn't stack, and it also doesn't stack with itself. So what you want to do is have the turret tag something, but then start attacking different things. Snake helps a lot with that because it spreads the fire out from them, makes sure that it's hitting a whole grouping of enemies. But it's sort of important to have the enemies move around the level 2 turret. Excuse me. Sneeze attacked me again. Alright. I'm just going to take 10 luck here. I could again reroll, but I think this is going to be fine. And I really do want to start getting some regen going. Max HP is the thing I want the most, though, so I'm torn between just taking 10 harvesting, which is really nice still, or rolling for max HP. Since we're guaranteed a level 3 upgrade at level 10, we can hit 9 max HP, which would be a basically 50% increase. I think 16 HP is so low that I'm gonna do that. I would love the harvesting, of course, but at 16 max HP, we're really starting to run the risk of just dying in one hit to anything that touches me. I'm going to go to 3 level 2 turrets here, rather than 2 level 3s and a bunch of level 1s, because we're getting towards wave 9, and the multiple level 2 turrets will help a lot starting in wave 9. Very happy to get this medal, because of course max HP and armor are both things that we need quite a bit. Do I want to buy this beanie? I think I will. Just continuing to boost my melee damage is fine. And it's not... We don't do 0 damage with our weapons, so just getting some of that helps a lot. Definitely locking in both these wrenches, and again, we'll figure out what our sort of total weapon pattern is going to be next wave based on what spawns. you can see at this point in the game, my weapons hit really hard just because of the Speedy melee damage boost, so we can still kill things. That will change eventually. I think this is one of the harder Speedy builds, just because... I shouldn't have blown up that landmine. Just because it puts you at risk to run into stuff, and without the weapons clearing the path for you, like, I think that the best Speedy build is Shuriken, which does a very good job of clearing the path ahead of you. Without the weapons clearing the path for you, it can be very difficult not to just run into enemies. At this point, though, we're doing a pretty good job of combining the damage from our turrets with the damage from our attacks. Here I'm just going to take 3 HP regen. I want to start building that as well. Obviously, regeneration is the healing method of choice on engineering builds, so definitely want to do that. I'm going to buy this level 2 wrench and go to a level 3 turret, and then do I want to have no level 2 turrets or 3 level 2 turrets? I think I'm going to go to 3 level 2 turrets here. Then 76 plus 67 is 130, 143, so we're 1 short of being able to buy both of these. I still want both of them though, so I'm going to buy the cog. Do I want... I guess I definitely want the cog. The question is, do I want the spicy sauce? Our max HP is low enough, and we're likely to buy some consumable, or some explosion damage if we see it, that I will buy the spicy sauce. I'm also going to throw in a reroll here, just to see if there's anything that we can get that we want. Definitely I will buy the wheelbarrow going into wave 10. I think that will still pay for itself very quickly. The terrified onion plus movement speed, I think I'm going to pass on. My speed is already quite high, and I just need enough to be able to avoid the elites. There's also some elites that high speed can be too dangerous on, and I want to save my money to try to hit max HP and healing stats on before I hit the elite. With 29 max HP, I'm quite worried about just getting 1 shot or 2 shot by some elites, or not having the damage, the health to survive a horde, something like that. Yeah, you can see also, because we have very low armor and very low HP, any hits that I take are like almost instantly putting me in big danger. Really need to heal up before I take another hit. I had to stop there, which I really didn't want to do. So I'm trying to get over towards where a consumable is without getting hit by a charger. I need some pickup range as well. I should be trying to prioritize that. That's really good to buy on Speedy, because you can make sure you're still grabbing consumables. So something for me to keep in mind is I definitely need to grab pickup range. I think I may have passed on an alien tongue. Gonna grab this engineering here, of course, and then I'm gonna re-roll this, looking for regen or HP. I'll still take 10 harvesting though. I think that will help a lot as well. Let me grab wrench, wheelbarrow, and spicy sauce. I need to buy some armor here, because we did buy the wheelbarrow, and I'm very happy to buy warrior helmet. Like I said, having too much speed is kind of the danger on this character and with this build for this character, so things that reduce our speed in exchange for stats we really want, I'm very happy to pick up. And in fact, I'm going to reroll again. I will here buy the fertilizer and lock the wrench so that we can continue to upgrade our weapons going into the next wave. So now you can see I'm a much more manageable move speed, even just with that 5% reduction. Once again, my flame turrets have spawned on the same half of the map, which is obviously not what you want, but our damage is still keeping up okay. I would love to see Pocket Factory, of course. Another one of the best items you can get if you're an engineering build. Especially since we do already have Lumberjack shirt. And obviously the best things we can get are piercing shots. The best things we can get are improved tools, of course, but piercing shots and stuff like that is another high second. Trying to maintain my spacing. I basically just need to avoid enemies because we're starting to reach the point where my wrenches no longer are doing significant damage. I'm very happy to take the piercing damage here because, of course, that helps with our laser turrets already, but then also helps with any, if we happen to find any piercing, which we do hope to do. I'd love to take 9% dodge, but I might just need to take 6 max HP. I think we can probably take the level 3 dodge here and then roll for max HP, though. Just try to get the higher level items. And then I'm going to take 3 regen. I'm going to take 3 engineering, rather. I've probably skipped some engineering just because I'm not used to looking for it on this character. I'm going to upgrade to a bunch of level 3 turrets, and very happy to get this piercing as well. Ooh, this is a very good shop for us. So lifesteal is still quite useful, and percent enemies is still useful. I might wait on that one till after the elite wave. Let me take a look. I'm definitely buying the compass. More engineering, of course, is really good. And then plastic explosive doesn't do anything for us now, but we're going to want it later. And lure, I want to wait until after an elite wave to make sure that I can actually kill these guys. I'm going to buy the mouse and then lock the lure. So we'll buy these 2 next wave. Lifesteal is not going to be an important component of our healing, but it does help. I'm just going to try to stay as far clear of the elite as possible. We are not going to be able to kill it. I mean, I can do one pass at it just to see if my weapons do enough. You can see it's really hard to not just get killed. I'm trying to pick up a bunch of materials here as well because we have a cute monkey and that can help me heal. Whoops, took a hit there. Because the Speedy has the downside of taking double damage whenever you stop. You really want to not stop, but a lot of the dodge patterns against elites involve stopping your movement, so you need to either outpace these attacks or change direction really rapidly, so it can be pretty challenging. I think we're doing okay, and I have enough health regen that we were fine there, but it's definitely, you can see where the challenge comes in this spot. I'm gonna grab the cake here for sure, and then I would love to start increasing my damage or my dodge as well. We don't really need more harvesting here. I'm just going to take armor, and then we'll start building dodge in a bit. Very happy to increase my regen here, and the toolbox, of course, helps a lot as well. Plastic explosive will be very good once we start upgrading these turrets to level 4. I'm going to grab the cute monkey here and lock the metal, and then I'm going to roll again. Do I want... I'll definitely take fertilizer. We don't really care about the melee damage loss. I'm going to pass on the beanie here, though. 40% speed, I think, is plenty. When I next find a wrench, I'm going to go to a level 4 turret. Combine 2 of these lasers into a level 4 turret, because we have a plastic explosive. So the level 4 turrets are going to be really effective, really efficient for us. Now that I have a little more armor, I'm feeling a lot better about this situation. I'm going to try to knock the loot alien into all my turrets here. Just kind of push it around. Where's the other one? There's the other one. Let's get you. Come on, come on, come on. No! My turrets didn't target it down. Alright, that's fine. We still got one, and we need the regen anyways. I'll take this luck here, and then here I'm just going to take 6% dodge. That's totally fine. Obviously, we want to build our dodge up before the end of the game as well. Wow, another plastic explosive? Still with no exploding items yet, but I'm still going to take this. I guess we've got the landmines. And then here, like I said, I'm going to upgrade this and then buy the wrench. Then I will lock this metal plate, because of course we want more armor. Triangle of Power, I don't want, even though, because we don't really use the percent damage at all, so I'm just going to pass on that. Even though we probably will be trying to avoid taking any hits, we don't use the damage, so there's not much point in buying Triangle of Power anyways. Triangle of Power is an item that I think is like better than I currently rate it, but worse than I rated it at first, because it's got a very high downside and like not really that much upside. It's very easy to totally turn off a run with Triangle of Power, and it doesn't really do that much for you, so I think it's often just better to avoid it. You can see that our wrenches are really stopping contributing that much. I'm trying to duck in there just to make sure I'm actually picking up materials here. No, another loot alien we won't get. That's one of the worst feelings about playing these engineering builds, is you end up just not killing the loot aliens. I'm going to take 3 more engineering here, I think, over armor. I mean, we've got pretty good damage on our engineering already, but I think I still just need to upgrade that whenever I see it. And then here I will upgrade my wrenches, upgrade the metal plate. Going to definitely grab Gentle Alien, because we want this max HP, as well as more enemies is good. I'm going to take the Cute Monkey, Gentle Alien. Do I want more speed here? Going into Wave 14. Not at the cost of luck, I don't think, and I'm not going to reroll because it costs 25, so let's just go into Wave 14. Wave 14 is where engineering builds usually start suffering, because the turrets are going to clear, are going to start spawning the summons everywhere. Because we have 1 rocket turret and the big AoE on our rockets, I think we might be okay. This elite should be relatively easy for us, because as long as you're faster than it, you can just stay out of its ring, and then you don't have to really worry about what it's doing. As always, engineering builds don't really kill elites, so it is kind of sad that we got 3 elites rather than no hordes. It's definitely fun playing these characters with the strong anti-synergy, though. The desire of engineering builds to stay still, combined with the Speedy's inability to stay still, is a very interesting tension that I'm enjoying navigating. Gonna go to another level 4 wrench, and then some more level 2 wrenches, and then I will grab this adrenaline. I definitely am looking to increase my dodge at this point, so very happy to see that. And then we can continue to upgrade wrenches here. I guess I'll just go to a 3rd level 3 wrench. Roll again. Definitely going to buy an incendiary turret, and I'm also going to buy this scared sausage, even though we don't have any elemental damage. There's a chance that I buy some later on, and it's just kind of free damage on these engineering builds. It also, how it interacts with incendiary turrets is it just increases the fire damage by 1 of items that already apply burning, so it's just very good with incendiary turrets. Then of course we want alien magic. That's one of the best items we could have found, since we want regen and max HP. All of these cute monkeys are really doing a lot of work for us, keeping me alive by healing when I pick up materials. With, I think we have 3 of them, so I think it's a 24% chance to heal when I pick up a material. That's like dozens of healing every wave. I think that's an item that people underrate. because it's not flashy, but it's very strong healing. And healing that doesn't come from health regen or lifesteal has a bunch of extra utility, I think, just because it gives you alternate methods to heal and can kind of make sure that you have a constant stream of healing income. Yeah, I'll keep taking the toolbox here. I'm going to re-roll this. Even though we have the Scared Sausage, I'm still not going to buy elemental damage. I'll take 6% dodge, though, because we want to get that going. Alright, we got improved tools. That's awesome. So now I need to be a little more careful about buying attack speed. Or buying things that reduce attack speed, but we still have it positive currently. And then let me buy, I think I'll buy Tyler and the incendiary turret, leave the alien magic locked, because we just want to farm here. Definitely going to buy some more armor as well, but I'm going to pass on the sunglasses. So max HP, kind of the thing that we need the most at this point. Wave 16 with 53 max HP is definitely not where I want to be. But our damage output is pretty good at this point, mostly thanks to the explosion size. Our landmines and stuff are actually clearing large portions of the map. Ouch, okay, I took 2 hits there, and because my max HP is so low, I need to spend some time running around and picking that back up. The nice thing about this build is that the only thing I have to focus on, really, is just dodging and healing. So I can, as long as I make sure I am not running into big piles of enemies, and that I am avoiding taking hits, then I'm okay. Would like to increase my engineering, but we need max HP so badly, I'm just going to grab that. Definitely grabbing this as well. Take the armor, roll again. I don't want another wheelbarrow at this point. I'm going to combine and buy a level 1 wrench. Buy more engineering, roll again. I'm really looking for attack speed. Baby Gecko has a lot of synergy with the cute monkeys, and also our range is actually negative, which is definitely a real downside. So I'm going to lock the Baby Gecko and buy it. Alright. This, I think, is probably the most dangerous point, because our healing is not great, and our max HP isn't incredible. We've got okay armor, but we're definitely at some risk of dying in this wave. I'm considering whether I might be able to kill this thing, though, because we do hit reasonably hard with our weapons, and our engineering is doing fine. But now that I've taken a bunch of damage, I think I just need to pull it away and try to survive. Since it's going to start spawning a horde, I need to be careful not to put myself at risk of getting trapped in a corner and dying. Oof, that slash really got to me. Going through the center of the arena there just to get a bunch of materials and fruit to regen my health. If I had a little more engineering, we could be in a much more commanding position in terms of trying to kill this thing. At least it's generated a big horde, so we got a lot of money. And recycle this, we don't use % damage at all. And then here, probably just take more dodge. I could reroll looking for other stuff, but dodge I think is going to be really good for us. Explosion damage, excellent. Do I want to go to 3 level 3s, or I think I'm going to go to another level 4, because we have explosion damage and explosion size, so the level 4s are really good. I'm going to pass on the fin here. Alright, well, we'll take a snake, and I'm going to take a mouse as well. Now we have 10% lifesteal, which is not great given how slowly we attack, but still worth something. Would love to get some attack speed, and I don't think, because we have improved tools, I might actually not be able to buy the toolbox here. So I think what I'm going to do is buy Ugly Tooth, which is very good with engineering builds, Incendiary Turret, which we want as well. Then I'm going to lock the toolbox, and hopefully we can find some attack speed either from a level up or from the next shop, which will make it viable, because 6 engineering is a lot. I still want it. But reducing the attack cooldown of my constructs would be really bad. Or increasing the attack cooldown of my constructs would be really bad. Going to negative attack speed would be bad. One thing that we haven't gotten is kind of adequate just regeneration. So fairy or sad tomato, something like that, would go a long way towards helping this build be much safer. At least we've got decent luck, so there's a decent number of consumables on the ground. Alright, oh, I wanted to pick up that last pile of consumables there. Here I could reroll or just take luck. I think consumables are a pretty big portion of our healing, so I'm just going to take the luck here. Definitely going to buy this. I'm going to buy these two. Do I want this toolbox? I think I'm going to pass on it. It's just too dangerous to reduce my attack speed. Yes, I wasted a lock item slot, like a shop slot there, by locking, but I think it was worth speculating on, and I also think it's right to pass on it. Losing 2 regen, at this point the regen is not a significant component of our healing, and I don't think it will be, whereas luck for consumables really is, so I'm pretty happy to do that, I think. Definitely going to buy another wrench. The best thing I could find would be bouncing shots. Obviously that's incredible with turrets. Any large attack speed item would significantly increase my damage output, and any really good healing item like fairy or even sad tomato would go a long way towards making sure that we stay alive. Cape would be really good because we have adrenaline already, and so I would really like to increase my dodge. I think we're at about 30%. Our armor is actually not bad, so I would certainly take more armor increases, but we don't need it as much. You'll notice that it's starting to become really hard for me not to take hits, so I'm having to move quite carefully between all these enemies. Baby with a beard, we actually have 10% lifesteal, so this is going to help a lot with healing. Definitely just going to grab that, and I will take 10% attack speed, because attack speed is going to be really solid here. Let me upgrade this, and then I'm going to combine and buy another level 3 wrench. Buy this for more engineering. Reroll. Alright, perfect. Retromation's hoodie. This is going to be an incredible boost to our DPS, and actually might give us the chance of killing these elites. That's one of the best items we could have found with the improved tools. So we'll see how it goes, but I think we might actually be able to kill these guys now. Just with the very high attack speed. Alright. Probably not. The damage output that we're getting on these is not impressing me at the moment. They're not near any of my incendiary turrets, though, and those are the highest single target damage. So if they start getting some incendiary turret flames on them, that could help. There we go. But I need to play pretty carefully to avoid just getting chased down and caught. And I need to not stop moving, which again makes it hard to dodge some of these elite attack patterns. Oh gosh. Oh, I got really lucky there with that dodge. Okay, grab that. Gonna try to get some consumables. I took so many hits in a row there. I got really lucky with that dodge again, and we lost. Alright. That was very poor dodging by me, but that's the downside of this character at this point. The armor is... Not having enough armor and only 26% dodge really put us in quite a a pickle, and then the HP regeneration just not being high enough. So I really just needed more healing and less conditional healing. If I was going to rely on consumable healing, I needed to have more than +2, and so just not buying enough health regen is what got us in that one. Alright, so I think that was going to be a pretty hard one. I'm pretty happy with getting to the final wave on this one. Usually I find you don't die on bosses, on the 2 bosses in this game, but this build just never quite had the defensive stats that it needed to survive, and because Speedy has such a hard time dodging elite attack patterns, and kind of relies on bursting elites down, and engineering builds don't kill elites, bosses are really hard for the wrench Speedy build, I think. Alright, well there you go. That is our first loss with the random builds, so I hope that you guys have enjoyed this, and we'll see if we can get a win streak going again next time. As always, if you've enjoyed this video, do please take the time to leave a like, comment on the video, which I really appreciate, and you can of course subscribe to my channel for more of this and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, my friends, and I'll catch you next time.